Okay, let's see. Hello, Sassy, Margene the Queen. You're here, you made it. We got Miss Mayor, Queen of Sheba, Miss Heidi Black. Thank you. I was just seeing that and I was looking at that and I was like, oh, I need to read that quickly. Let's see. We got Nurse Jen. We've got you again, Miss Mayor. We have Ambulance Kelly. Crazy Cat Mama. I did it. You are special. And thank you again, Heidi. I've got to read that. Let's see. Hello, Vixie. Sassy again. Miss Bridget, I'm glad that you are here. And hopefully on top of everything, you're feeling grand. Let's see. Do-do-do-do. All right. We got you. We got Bridget. We got Miss Beautiful KK. We got Dom. Yeah, this is one that Margene brought this to my attention. I want to say in January. And I didn't feel like I was the one for this. After actually paying attention to some things and looking and reading and seeing that, you know what, there's not a lot of things being said about this besides from her. And with that, Margene is our special guest, and Margene has been on top of this like nobody's business. I'm just still kind of a little taken back. I don't think that, in my opinion, that this man is a god or anything like that. He's not my dad. He doesn't speak for me. Just from the things that I've come across, I'm not really excited at all. But everything that I'm saying, this point further and on, is alleged. It's from what I myself have seen with the courts. I don't see that these children should have been ripped away like they were, but it did happen. And it seems like it's happening everywhere and not just here. Hello, Miss Susan. Hello, Miss Sweaty. Let's see. Sweaty B. And yes, yeah, as you just said, the system is really broken. And a lot of this, yes, what you're saying. Do your own research. Don't take everything that we say here as fact. Just do your research as well, because that's some of the stuff that I was doing earlier, and I was taken back by what I've come across. Kathy, I gotta remod our Kathy. You don't have your darn wrench. All right, I'm gonna drop the link to you, Margene, and she is our special guest. Yeah, there's a little bit more, I'm not saying that there's not deeper issues, and this is not going to be the first or last stream about this, I promise. This is just a little bit of this, because there's another case that I'm really close to that some great news come about today where the FBI had closed it, and the call I got earlier this morning, FBI has reopened Lauren's case, and that right there in itself is awesome, and that's given some hope. I know it's given her mom hope. All right, did I not drop that damn link? Am I losing my brain? I dropped that link, Margene. Tell me you've seen that link. And also, I want to read what you sent me, Heidi, before I go real far into anything.
Okay, my internet's acting a little crazy. I think I came on under my
Can you,
business.
if you hit it real hard or kick it, it might work better.
No, I went in and grabbed the dang baby gate because we're tiling, and I didn't want the dogs to go across the floor right now. And I knocked the cord out. Didn't realize I knocked my own internet out.
I'm not laughing.
Yeah, leave it up to me. So, um, you guys, well, I'm almost like what, 10 years older than you. So a lot of people might not even be familiar with the case of Adam Walsh, but America's Most Wanted, the son of the host of that show, John Walsh,
Mm-hmm.
was abducted. And recently, in the last year, there's been a lot of family drama throughout the years. But again, research that stuff, you guys, because it's all alleged. But right now, what's going on is I found about 8 months ago, I stumbled onto the case, and somehow they got her. I believe it's her first three children, yeah. And then I didn't hear much more about it. I just kind of assumed that they worked it out. They got their kids back because it's John Walsh, and you wouldn't think that it wouldn't have hit the news. You would have thought it would have hit the news. And
Yeah.
it never got that kind of volume. So next thing you know, she had gave birth to a baby, and within 5 days they were ripping that baby out of her arms. And
Mm-hmm.
there's no like, what do you want to call it, like hard concrete reason.
There's nothing that I've yet to find it yet.
You can't get an answer. You can't, even if you watch the video on her page, you guys, her
I
own
have. Hmm.
Facebook page, you can go to. It's open for everybody
Hmm.
to see. I just want to see more people questioning this, because he is not even a law official. And according to the people that you hear in the comments, and you read people from Vero Beach, where allegedly this is all going on in Florida, they're really mad at like the officials, and
Hmm.
nobody's doing nothing for her because of who he is. And he's not a law official himself. He's not nothing. He's just a TV host that lost his son, unfortunately. And then she started questioning that, and that's what she feels is what started
Yes,
all
Crazy Cat Mom.
mayhem between her and her parents.
And the way that, and I'm going to say this, I did watch some of the videos, and I've watched some of the court videos as far as her outside the court, etc.
Uh-huh.
What stood out to me the most was the one where they were coming to take the baby that was 5 days old, and
Yeah.
that officer is
Oh,
all
that blew my mind.
in. And I don't know if I can play that because I'm like, I don't know if I'm supposed to
Well,
play
I
other people's
know
stuff.
one another creator did. And there's a lot of creators out there covering the story, so you'll find a lot right now on it, more than I thought. I was watching it again a few weeks ago, and now even more picked up on it. And I'm like, darn, like, I'm really like, I don't know, I'm really connected to this, because I always had an intuition about that man. You know what I mean? Like
Hmm.
something fishy. But anyway, yeah. Somebody
Let's see
else
if we
did
can play in
did play
commentary.
it, but they blurred the child. So I don't know if you know how to do
Oh, okay.
that.
I don't want to do that.
Yeah,
Well,
but
I
what?
can do the one. Hold on. I can probably get away with doing the one of her outside of the courthouse,
Maybe.
um, where she's talking, because, in my opinion, I always thought the courts were there to unite, like, as
Well,
far as
and
child protective, the CPS. They are there to reunify
and hey,
family as far
if
as that.
and hey, if you think that something's going on, wouldn't you want to observe the mother with the child? I know they won't
Mhm.
act up usually in front of anybody. They're gonna act their best, but anyone that's under like whatever they want to claim she's under, because she's holistic, and she doesn't, not that she don't believe in doctors, but she's more of a naturopathic type of, I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, healer. you know
She's
uh,
into the more of the.
I don't want to
She's not
I
an
don't want to
anti. It
say
doesn't.
the I don't want to
Yeah.
say the V word, because
Well,
I don't
I'll
like
say
that.
this. I'll say it. I didn't find that she's an anti-vaxxer all the way.
Right.
I didn't see that as to be what it was. I know what things that she didn't, as so far that I've come across, that she didn't wish. And I mean, in my
She
opinion,
had a
that
home birth, and I don't know if it wasn't that she didn't get to a doctor quick enough for the state, and then she did get to the doctor, but then her lawyer that was representing her didn't do her job from what I'm seeing allegedly. And yeah, and so yeah, you got to watch the video. She's even on the phone with the lawyer, and the kicker of it all, when it's all said and done, because she hung the police up, and she hung up the social worker, and the friends were helping her and trying to get them to stop it. They arrested two of her friends that are the only kind of people
Mhm.
that she has in her life right now in real life, helping her try to keep her family together. Why wouldn't you take the mother with you? The baby's 5 days old.
And
Like,
what came to play for me with that is postpartum. How is that going to affect her postpartum?
well, if she has postpartum, because I know she's got another younger child too. That's not just a few month thing. If you have another baby within another like 2 years, which I'm not sure how old her children are, that could like increase afterward. You know, the next child and the next child. I don't want to bring up another one, but I'm not saying she did or didn't. They might be just playing that and spinning that and whatever else. But yeah, they probably sent her into a way deeper depression. But she's a fighter too, so I don't see her giving up that easy or losing control. You seen how in the video I told you I would have went to jail that day.
I know I would have.
She
I'm gonna
held
put it outside of the court. I'm
yeah,
gonna
go
put it,
ahead.
I'm gonna start it, but I'm gonna stop it. Hold on. If I can
Yeah, they
close
did.
it.
That's what they were saying, Heidi, and I'm not disagreeing at all. But in certain circumstances, I feel like they could have. There's no substantial evidence, I guess, is what I'm saying. And
That's what I want to keep digging on right there.
right,
Because I'm gonna tell you, I would have taken my child.
the
I
claim
would have
was
ran.
she
He
had
would have been gone.
the claim was she had cat litter boxes full of cat shit. The cat litter boxes were in the garage, if I remember right. I seen
I'm
that video too,
seeing that yet. I'm looking for more stuff,
and
but
they
I'm gonna
weren't
share
full of cat
this.
feces.
And I'm going to take it. Let me just make sure I get the right one that I want. It's this one. Okay, I think it's this
There
one.
was also an incident at her parents on a holiday where she
Yeah,
wanted to
that's why I
see.
said that we're not this everything right here is just what I found. Now, what Margene has found, she's been on this since.
No, I never said, and I don't think she has any type of postpartum. I really don't
No,
at
I'm not
all. So
saying that she
I'm
does.
not
I say
doing
that it could
that.
trigger it.
Yeah, it could trigger it, absolutely, but I don't think she's gonna like she's very driven that this is not legal. You know, it's not. It's not, what do you call it?
I'm gonna say I did see a segment of another video where she does believe her
I
brother's
didn't hear
alive,
that
and
one either.
I'm not understanding that because they did find his skull. So I'm and trigger warning on that, um, because
I've
that was
only
one of the
heard,
things.
let me answer that. I've only heard her say one thing about that is that they only identified him by a skull, not by DNA or anything of the sort. So she doesn't, how can she believe it's Adam? That's all I've ever heard her say out of her own mouth. You know, basically, how do they know? That's all. And they don't like that. They don't even like that she's stirring the pot at all.
Yeah, on that one, I
Which
was
I'm
like,
not saying is right or wrong at all.
but a 5 day old baby needs to be with its mama.
Right. And they don't like the method of the way she had her children, etc., so on and so forth. And that was words again that came out of Megan's mouth in different interviews.
Okay, I'll pull this up. Okay, I'm gonna see if we can at least watch some of the beginning of this, and I guess I've got to commentate on it. Hold on. Let's see. It's going to be the John Walsh tab. Okay. Share.
I wish I could get my internet. I could, because I'd tell you one of the very first interviews I watched of her was about, I want to say 8 months ago, and it was.
I'm going to play this. Y'all can y'all see this good enough? Can everybody see this?
Hi, my name is Megan Walsh, MEGHANWALSH.
Make sure you come.
I'm here, and we are with several organizations. We're with Punish for Protecting, Family Court Anti-Corruption Coalition, Citizens and Bikers for a Brighter Future, and several others are here with us today.
Make sure you commentate.
All right, and this one right here, I'm going to go ahead and shout out this creator. It's Johnathan Lee Riches, aka JLR, and this is outside of the courthouse where she's going in against, it's John Walsh versus Megan Walsh for the child custody battle, and she's telling who she's here with. Welcome, Mandy.
I'm here actually for a final hearing or to move towards termination of my parental rights through CPS in Indian River County here against my family.
Why for that?
Because we have a huge national issue and actually a global issue dealing with corruption within the CPS and DCF, taking our children unlawfully and having no incentive to return. And we really need to address this issue.
And that's another thing right there. She is tiny, and I think that here she may be pregnant.
Okay, and let's mention too, Megan is also suffering with skin cancer on her nose. And she's been battling that the whole time.
And isn't that cannabis? Is it cannabis that she has on oil that she has on her nose?
Yeah, I was gonna say, and her method isn't federally treating it is not federally legal either.
Okay.
So they're using that against her too, I believe.
Here we go.
I hope, first of all, to shine truth on this situation and this system that truly needs to be addressed immediately and ended. There are simply better ways to handle this, and this is not the way. I am hoping that.
And I have to agree with her because I thought that CPS was for reunification. They were more for reunifying the family. And I've yet to find something that stipulates that she's a crap mother. When I can come across, I will gladly point it out. But I've yet to come across anything that tells me that she is a crappy mom.
Yes, we just mentioned that, Kathy. I don't know if I'm behind or what, or the comments, but and then Nurse Jen and Sassy, that's what I cannot find at all is a substantial reason at all. At all.
So we're still looking. Let's see what she's got to say here.
The judge and the people involved in this will come to their senses, if you will, for lack of a better term, and will do what's right. Again, there are real situations, and there are ways to address these situations. And tearing families apart, ripping children from their homes is not the way. We need to be offering services to the people involved in this and maintaining the children in their environments for their safety and for their future and well-being.
So it's your problem here.
Because she is their mother. That's what I'm so confused by this.
Yeah, I don't know either. Like I've searched, and when she even explains it, she says it's my father. It's because of who he is. She's went into again. You guys go like they are all saying, do your research, Mayor. Great.
Absolutely, I always say that. Do your research.
Because I might interpret something one way, you all might interpret it a different way. But she said some pretty damning things about her parents too. The growing up and and that they were just groomed for that lifestyle. So growing up, she didn't know that these things were not done in other people's houses, like the fact of walking in on her parents, blah blah blah, and he'd walk around the house unclothed. I'm trying to keep it as clean, allegedly. That came out of her mouth, allegedly.
Showering allegedly.
Yeah, just weird stuff, really weird stuff that we're starting to get bits and pieces of this in other avenues of the world too. So something's going on.
All right, let's continue.
Something smells.
I'm sorry.
You see a problem?
I do. I see a huge problem, and I'm by far not alone. I was an advocate speaking out against family court corruption and CPS corruption prior to this happening. I was also speaking up about abuse, so domestic violence is huge in this. And then my children were taken under false accusations. Unfortunately, the masses have been given a huge narrative that this is the best interest of children.
Okay, so we're hearing a little bit of what's going on here. So we're going to continue on that right there.
Okay.
Still get this man, Johnathan Lee Riches. This is thanks to him that a lot of this is even here, because without it, it wouldn't be.
Right.
And I'm glad that at least he's staying on the course down there.
Yes.
Children, and most people fortunately don't ever have to deal with this, but the ones that do truly know the horrific nature and the terrors that happen, abuses, and how this destroys us truly within this system. It's heartbreaking.
Is there anything else to add to that?
I don't think so. I just wish that everyone would reach out, really start researching this issue, and start looking up family corruption or CPS corruption. There are hundreds of.
And that's the thing. I think that anybody that's been within the anything to do with CPS, foster parenting, I'm going to say that people have actually probably seen a lot more of crap than this. I have found nothing, and I think there is a conspiracy in this. My opinion. This is my opinion
as well, right?
See,
again, we all have different takes on things, so it's it's open, really open for discussion, because sometimes I might not see something that someone else sees or catch something. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. And I'm going to read what Heidi sent me, and I'll pass it to you. But okay. I'm going to pay attention. But you know what? I also did not realize until Margene told me in January.
Now, and real quick, if
like,
it's anything against Megan, I just want to say real quick too, because I feel like it might be, I don't know, but if it is, go back to when her parents almost, I think, divorced or did almost divorce, to the allegations that were going back on there. I don't know, they might have scrubbed that, but there was a lot of creepy stuff going on way back then too. So he was trying to make the mother look like she was not stable.
True.
Megan's mother.
That is true. I agree.
So you can't really, I don't know. You know when they say believe the child, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
First and foremost, who's talking to her older children?
Oh, that's a good one.
Like,
true.
There's got to be I know one's old enough to say what's up.
That is true there.
But if he's being spoiled and whatever and whatnot with the things that she grew up with and broke away from, then who knows, allegedly.
We'll find out. All right, here we go. We're going to start a little bit more. Here we go.
Thousands of grieving parents across this country and globe begging for their children to come home. And it's time to stop this. This is all for profit. This is a racket, and it's not acceptable anymore. It's our lives. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you. God bless you. Thank you.
Advocate John Walsh. What next I'll talk about today is pretty alarming. I private spoken with her. Now, the reason I am licensed on IRS, no moves out with the exception of WDF 25, are covering this because, again, only me and WWW is
And yeah, this right here, thank you, Miss Shelley. Welcome, Mims. This right here, because he's telling the truth. There's not a lot of people that are covering this, and I wished I would have went with this when you mentioned it, and really
Yeah,
took it
well,
serious.
and like I told you in the beginning, you know, he's pretty well known. It's not like you don't know what can come of it either by butting in, you know, but you can't keep quiet either. You know, if she's being done wrong, we need, you know, we the people are, you know, we're all a village. So let the people help too, you know, like especially in her town, people are speaking up for her. You know that they're saying the same thing she's saying about he walks around like, I don't want to say the term she used, but with this type of mentality, um blank mentality, you know, and gets away with whatever he wants to pull over on you.
I don't think it'll be for long. Let's see.
most for the fact that there's something going on. Just keep gathering at the courthouse. Probably like, why is this happening? And as far as I'm concerned, with fact conviction, I think in due time we'll be separated. I'm going to up to you, you, the judge, what's going on. I will say, for the record, that the judge on Megan's case is his wife is his candidate for conviction. I'm going to take that as will. Like I said, with fact conviction, we'll separate it out in due time, but that is information I want to provide to you. I'm going to go ahead now and turn it over to Megan. Go ahead and use press conference.
Thanks, Ryan. Thanks so much. And thank you, everyone, for coming today and supporting us. Unfortunately, I wish we were all here under better terms. I'm about to go in for a hearing on my own pro se.
And I think here she actually lets everybody know that she is pregnant. We'll find out here shortly.
And I am so blessed, first of all, to thank everyone for the support. And I'm thankful for everyone that's come out and it really represented the families within CPS that have been affected in our community. As I said many times, this is a national issue that we are dealing with, and even a global issue at this point. We're here to really seek out with our hearts and hope that everyone can really research for themselves, look into this issue. This is dealing with children's lives, and our system is taking our children from loving parents across this country. We've seen.
See, now I want to see what the reunification is.
Okay, so that video there was when she was pregnant with the baby they took just recently. Just so you know, she's not pregnant again.
Okay, let's see.
Okay.
Seen it all over. We just saw it in Idaho with baby Cyrus. If you are not familiar with these cases, please look into them. We're here today to speak up and stand up and just say that there are simply better ways for the system to operate and to be truly protecting our children. At this time, our system is destroying our families. It's traumatizing and abusing our children. It's drugging them up. It is taking them from their primary environments where that is the best interest of the children. This is not about our children, and this is not about protecting them as it stands today. And we all.
And I can agree. And you know, even if she allegedly had a breakdown,
Okay.
I'm gonna, like I said, I want to read what you had sent me.
Real quick, I want to make sure it's okay. Either you or Heidi can answer, but is it okay to drop the link to the video when they came to take the baby in the chat?
I don't care. If anybody wants to drop that video with where they took the baby, anybody can
I'll
drop
put a trigger warning too.
They can drop that link in there.
I got it.
Yeah, because
what really bothered me was
I just don't want to show it because of the fact I can't blur the baby's private parts out, and I don't think that's fair to that baby.
Yep, we got to protect that baby. There we go. Yeah, the part that bothered me the most is when she was trying to make sure the baby was changed and gonna hand her over, or him, or I don't know if it's him or her, because they
Oh, I
really
got her.
they don't want, I don't think she wants anyone to know, so she was really careful about that. Anyhow, that police officer that would not let her change that baby in private like that, it was just the grossest thing I ever seen. Like standing right over her like a hawk.
Yeah, there's the link right there that you can watch.
And then I'll get Megan's channel too, so you guys, if anyone,
and I want to say also,
to support her
I don't
or follow her or whatever.
yeah, I don't know how long ago that she had the mental breakdown. I don't. If she had this, if it's an alleged mental breakdown, I don't know when that was. But here's what I'm going to say. You know what? I think I don't know who all in here has had any type of mental illness or mental anything, but I will say I checked myself in after I had my child, and I'll be damned if somebody would have took my baby from me. And I'll stand by those words.
And that's okay. I mean, not that it's okay that if she did have a mental breakdown. That's all fine and dandy if that's what the narrative they want to spin. But what happened to it takes a village, and you don't try. She ain't gonna harm the children as far as I can tell. It was never anything like that. It was, and that they were neglected or anything. They weren't neglected. It was when she didn't want to do things her family's way, things turned this way, in my opinion. But again, that opinions are like, you know what, and everyone's got one. So
Just seems like money's talks here. I'm going to continue,
well,
but money is talking. That's my opinion, and I haven't changed yet. But I still want to read what she sent
right,
me.
and I want to dive deeper into it too, you guys. I'm not, the kids come first, period.
Agree. And that's what I will say. I agree on that. They do come first. And if she's not good for them mentally, then you have to fix that. I knew what I had to do as a mom.
Right. Exactly. So, but she also needs maybe it's a cycle she's trying to break too, that that we don't know. We don't know. We didn't live it.
So let's play on some more of this, see what happened here.
All need to stand up, do our research, and realize the reality and horrors of this system. People are realizing across the country, and unfortunately, children are taken, false allegations are made, and there's no incentive within our state or country to return children. Yet there's high millions of dollars on the line to incentivize taking them. There are many people seeking out across the country now. We're very lucky for that. And today we have high hopes that Indian River County could be a great example of how we can do better for our children. How we can really address this. This is not.
Agree. And like Kathy said, she had a CPS involvement because of mental illness and addiction, and they worked with me to be with my child without removing him.
And trust and believe, this is not about me or anybody else but her and her kids right now, but I have experienced the trust. My mom was a foster parent for 3 of my cousins, but that's for another day, another story. But thank God it was somebody in the family. She don't even know for the however long where that baby went till it went to her parents. They don't just hand it over. They have to go to court. They gotta, you know what I mean? It goes with a stranger.
Welcome back, Kathy. Thank you.
I don't think in this case, though, it did. I think it went directly to her parents.
Yeah. And 5 days old, I'm sorry. That's a baby that's just bonding with its mom. And they've just taken that from this woman. And that's how I feel so far.
Me too.
I know there's a change.org that's out there. I did read up on that. That is, I believe, also on that Facebook. She has a Twitter account.
Yeah.
It's sad This right here,
And
it is.
and think about it, with his stature and his, you know, fame and all that. You think she really wanted to go up against him?
Hell no.
He's looked at like, you know, he's been in everybody's homes since I was a little girl, young. I'm 54 again, you know, I'll say it. And I'm not embarrassed of it, you know what I mean? But
I'll be 47. I'm
this
not,
man
I'm not
been in
embarrassed
our
either.
home. He's been America's dad, and
God.
and he's somebody to go up against if you were to go up against somebody, and she's not wavering.
I wouldn't either. That's her babies, you
Right.
know. But I want to. I'm
That
gonna
speaks
keep
volumes.
diving because it's odd to me that a lot of people are not making this. It's just not that public, and it should be more public,
Right.
in my opinion.
And don't be shocked if this video don't disappear.
Oh shit. Okay. Well, there's
An
more.
oppositional fight. We're supposed to be doing this for our children and our family in this state and in this country. I just want to thank everyone here for coming and supporting. There's been people across the country. There has been a media blackout on this, and I understand who my father is. I've admired him my entire life, and I've known the same narrative that we all have. But unfortunately, now we're here, and my children are on the line over me speaking out. And we really need to be here to all come together to stop these crimes being done to us legally. So I just want to thank everyone again for coming here, and God bless.
Meg, do you have anything else on CCTV law and information you can maybe
Well, I just think that people really need to research. You know, again, our children are being taken, and I know it's very hard to conceive of that. We've all been told that this is for the best interest of our children, and unfortunately, the realities of it.
So again, I'm just curious. Where'd Heidi go? Welcome, Mims. Mims is 49. When's your birthday?
Yeah, we gotta throw her a 5-0.
Do we have to throw a 5? Is she gonna be 5?
I don't know when, but
I think she's bullcrapping.
ain't she a Scorpio like us?
She hasn't told me that part. Where did Heidi go? I should read some of what Heidi did send me. And just kind of, and
I didn't tell Terry Mims. I have a really dear friend that I've known for about 20 some years now, and Mims and Tressa and my friend Kim look like they could be twin sisters. It's uncanny how much they look like.
Uh-oh.
Oh, she's an August baby. Okay.
August what? Wait, what? Is she really? August what? We'll find out. August what, sister?
Well, at least I got something to look forward to in August.
My mom's August too. That's scary. Gosh.
I don't have anything good in August. I do not have a twin.
Who cares? Age shame. Listen, I embrace myself. I will forever be a certain age, and I'll never tell you what it is.
Oh, it's funny because Jim is 29. He's always 29. And when you guys were all doing that, or whoever was, I was like, oh my God.
What? 7?
Yeah,
I'll always be 17.
And then Kat came over here, and I go, yeah, you gotta wait. You gotta meet my husband, because she says it all the time. I'm 29.
And Kathy's a baby. Let's see. Let me get my magnifying glass out. This right here, it's I'll tell you what it says. It's knowing when to let go on giant shoulders. Hold on, this is what I hate.
Well, that one interview she did, she goes pretty in depth about stuff too.
Yeah, I might not be able to read this the best.
Do you want to send it to me, or maybe I can?
I'm probably gonna have to send this to you. If you can see it better than I can, then you're gonna do better than me. Oh,
where are you sending it to?
Your email, or are you on your phone?
I'm on my phone. So are you doing Instagram?
Oh crap! Let me try Instagram. Hold on, because I can't see that. That's gonna.
And then I
see
hit
it.
you up on the Facebook Messenger too, so we could do a group with her if she messages me.
Oh my gosh, that will
If
not.
she messages me back.
Yeah, that won't work for Terry. I can't see for sure.
Alright.
I do have. I will say, and I'm not going to jinx it to say anything other than. I hope I'm sending this to the right darn one because I can't see shit. I do have an eye doctor appointment. I'm just going to go on and share this with y'all, and it is at 9:30 on Friday. I can't. So if you can see that better than I can, then if you want to piece through and read some of that, then I'm going to let you if you want while I play some more of this, but I can't see this.
All right, go ahead. I'm trying to find it. I don't even know where you sent it.
I sent it to Margene. Shit, I don't know where. Did I not send it to the right place?
I don't see it. And
Oh,
I can
shit.
pull it.
Okay, hold on. I might have screwed up. I'm sorry. Let me figure out if I did. Oh, God.
Wait.
My luck, I screwed up. Hold on.
I can pull my text up on my laptop. So if
you. Philippines.
And then my email is just my first and last name at Gmail.
Hold on. I hope I didn't send it to Margaret Joseph's. Oh, God.
Oh, God. From the Housewives?
Yes. Be quiet.
I love her.
I do too, but now I feel dumb. Oh, Lord, help me. I don't know where I sent it anything.
That could be a good thing if she gets a hold of it.
Oh, shit. I don't know where I sent it.
Hold on. The only one that's sending me messages is my son.
Oh, no. I swear that's your last name.
Kelly.
Yes, that's who you are.
Yeah, why?
Did I not send it to the right person? I don't know where.
And where at, though? You're not telling me where.
I don't know. I can't help you.
God. It's not.
Hush, it was an accident, Josh, you butthole.
It's
so
not.
You like.
I think she's funny.
I like her. He is the butthole.
She's she gets butthurt real easy and likes.
I'm gonna take his wrench and slap him in the head with it.
I just think they're all comical.
Oh gosh.
If I had a personal fave,
oh, I don't know. I just broke my head trying to see that thing.
I was Team Teresa, but I don't know. I think this. I think that's going to be a little bit of a disaster here shortly. We'll see. Yeah, I'm not seeing nothing here, TL. Not my text. Here, I'll send. I just text you. Try to send it through there.
Oh, well, you didn't tell me. Oh, shit. Hold on. I thought you wanted an Instagram. What the hell are you doing?
I don't care, but I didn't know where you were going with it.
Oh, hell. Okay, hold on.
Listen, lady.
I'm listening, Linda. Hold on. Okay, hold on.
You said you couldn't send it through Instagram.
All right. I thought I did send it there. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, if you can read that, then you're better than me. I just broke my head. I did break mine. My head just got broke.
All right.
Okay. Okay, so I'm going to play a little bit more of this. You know, while you can read me some of or whenever, but this magnifying glass is giving me a headache. Shit. Okay. I'm about over that. I love me some Dolores. She's a hottie.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Is this her story?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You want me to read all this?
No.
Oh.
It's not right. No, I'm going to start playing some more of this.
Okay, go ahead.
Heck no. I would think I was crazy and you too.
This is that it's not. It abuses our children, it drugs them up, for profit. It keeps them from their loving families and more. I've been speaking out all over the country, and people are more than welcome to look at my podcast, reach out to me, contact me, and join us.
What's the best way that we can contact you?
I do have Twitter, so that is Megan Walsh _ MEGAN WALSH _ they can reach out there, and I have a small team that is contacting and facilitating that for me, but I really need to do that.
Now, on the local level, do you hear of either county potentially make a difference with you and other parents are in similar situations?
Well, I think that first and foremost we're doing is we're asking people that went into this system with good intentions and working within it to come forward and speak about the realities of what's going on. Again,
And see, that's what I agree with right there. I don't know how many, like Kathy said, she had some dealings with the system, but like she said, they didn't take her baby. They helped her, where I would think that that's what we would be doing right here.
Yeah. I'm reading too.
I mean, that's an opinion. I just think that this is something, and this is a conspiracy, and I am interested to read this, but I'm also interested to get through this right here because I feel bad for this poor girl. It's pitiful. And once y'all see that baby taken right from her, it's horrible as hell. It's just bad. I was just like, I can't watch any more of that. But I've been watching a lot of different things. And Mims, you can't be smacking who? Oh shit. With that, that's assault. We're gonna watch the rest.
then we can do better. There will be jobs available. They will not lose their jobs. We can offer services in a supportive way, not terrorizing families, parents, and children.
Well, that sounds good. Thank you very much, Megan.
Thank you, Ryan. Thank you so much. God bless.
Wow. That's a little crazy.
They're not done.
Good luck today, Megan. God bless you too.
Go a little bit further past that.
You decided to take the case pro se and not get a lawyer.
I did have representation. It was ineffective, and I found out they were, somewhat connected and tied. There's also been a media blackout, and people are afraid to address the elephant in the room. And so, nationally, we've been very supportive. Globally, we've seen the true nature of our community.
Are you a little bit?
Miss Susan, this is Megan Walsh, and it's the daughter of John Walsh. And they have custody of all of her kids now. They've gotten all of them. And I do feel horrible
It
for her.
started almost about, I want to say, a year ago. They took the first 3 while she was pregnant, battling the skin cancer, melanoma, I believe it is, or I'm not sure. It could be the other one. She treats it with RS oil, which is called that for the man who rediscovered the medical benefits of cannabis oil, Rick Simpson. You can Google him too. It is something I highly believe in, and I've actually been using it myself for approximately 10 years.
That's what we're trying to figure out, Josh, because
We
there's
have no
nothing
idea.
that we can. I've yet to come across of anything that's showing me exactly what the hell and why. Why did you all
She
take
had
the children?
her dad's very high profile. She's going against the grain with the the lifestyle. She lives a whole homeopathic how do I say that?
It's
Hol-
holistic. Well, what it is
holistic.
it's holistic, but still there's not
Yeah,
a why
wrong
to
word.
it. Just because she doesn't want to vaccinate for the C or the HPV, that's her choice. I mean, I made that choice for my 3, and I'd make it again the same way I chose when I chose it that way. Sweet dreams, Kathy, and welcome back. I've got
I
to add
don't
you
think
back to the
she
chat.
herself has a legitimate reason why they justify taking not just her first 3, but her baby at 5 days old.
See, this is crazy. All right, let's see. Let's go with some more.
But nervous taking on the big establishment, DCF.
You could chew me
I mean,
anytime.
I've lost everything, including my life, except for physically. My children have been ripped from their loving, life and everything by these people, and hopefully, the truth can come forward. I just feel blessed that this is a national issue that, obviously God has chosen me to be a part of, and really bring these children home, not just for myself, but for others.
So if you get an adverse ruling here, what's your next step at that point?
We have action. We have people coming forward. A great team developing. We do need more support. Anyone that wants to get involved. And like I said, this is not just about me. I will be discussing this.
Yes, Josh, and
Yes.
we really. I'm still looking for good probable cause and reasons, and
And Susan, when her first children, when this first like spiraled out of control, what happened again? It was a holiday, and not don't quote me. It was Christmas or Thanksgiving. She had her children over at the grandparents, her parents. There was some type of interaction with her mother. She don't like how volatile it gets. She wanted to leave. They wanted her to leave the kids. She said no. She was taking them with her. She said in her words that her mother pulled her down by her hair, and don't quote me on this, but I think she had her 3rd child in her hands at the time as well. And that turned into a whole confrontation that they don't let her make her own decisions, is what I'm gathering from her.
yeah, and I think a lot of this has to do with power and money, and that's just an
Right.
alleged. Don't quote me, but that's an opinion I have, a feeling, a gut that I have, and I don't think that. Listen, they've had their children. Hell, I didn't even
Same
know
here.
that they had more children besides Adam. Now I find out
Yeah,
there's
me
what,
either.
3
Ain't
more.
that crazy? Yeah, same here, Josh, because he was in our home every time that show came on. That was my
Gosh,
parents, and that was the one thing they would let us stay up a little later to watch,
absolutely, and
because
I
they
agree with
wanted
you.
us to know what can happen in the world, that
Yeah.
there's bad people and there's good people.
Mhm.
Everybody I think had that on in their living room.
And sometimes you don't know what facade someone's living behind either.
Well, it's
Allegedly.
the phrase, wolf in sheep's clothing. Come on,
That's
there's
why I
some
said allegedly. Okay, we're going to start some
right
more.
allegedly.
These issues, even when my children come home.
So if they do come home today, are you still fight for
Absolutely. This is tearing our children apart, tearing our families apart. It's traumatizing people. It's forcing, people to commit suicide and kill their own children over this. This is modern day Gestapo, and it's not okay. There are better ways to do this. It's simply, we shouldn't even have to fight. We should know that we allow the system to exist that is not serving us, no longer if it ever was, and we need to address this, and we have better ways, especially for our taxpayer money. The taxpayers don't realize that they are paying for this trafficking of our children, the drugging of our children, ripping families apart when we all want to save the best interest of children. And unfortunately, that's just not what's happening.
And I can agree with her. And I also want to keep giving out this man that he has stayed on this hardcore.
Yeah,
And he is Johnathan Lee Riches, aka JLR.
he's got a channel. Yeah.
Yeah, he has not wavered from any of this, and he's been right
No,
there.
he said he's not going to stop helping her till she gets her kids back. So I don't know. There's a lot of people that believe in her. Like I said, there's a lot of, real hush hush talk around town, you know.
Mhm. I say do
How,
your own research.
yeah, do your own. There's a lot you can. Even Megan herself speaks on it, and I don't, want to keep quoting her because I'm not good with word for word. But she told some things that that's not normal. You better have a good reason
Mhm.
for that kind of crap too.
I agree on
Like
what you're saying.
if there's truth to it, because it's all alleged, but it does come from Megan's mouth.
I
So
didn't live there, so that's the one thing I don't know for it to be a fact or it not to be a fact. But God bless if it is. She has seen a lot if that's the case. So I'm going to say, do your research. Um, I was up off and on Facebook, all over everywhere, trying to find and gather what I could piece together. Because I'm like, does anybody know about this? Margene mentioned this to me in January.
yeah, and that's
Why
where
did
it
I not
gets,
listen?
Mayor, that's where it gets tricky too, and very confusing about each of the children's fathers because, according to her, she was in agreement with one of the dads. She wanted to do it on her own. It, they had an agreement. He was never in the child's life. Again, this is according to Megan. Um, then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, her parents must have contacted him, is what she alleged, and now he's on their side. So how true that is, again, it came out of her mouth. If she's stable and telling her truth, then I don't know. I there's so many questions. And CPS is seriously messed up in Michigan, so I don't trust CPS one iota for that, and that's just me, and that's my personal opinion. But yeah, it again, not to touch on anything, we've dealt with this in Michigan. There's people that there's a couple right now driving around and for a while in a van because their kids were literally stolen by CPS. There was no good legitimate reason other than it was right when cannabis started being legalized and the father had Parkinson's and he was growing his own in a locked room in the basement, and they came in and took their brand new baby. So again, I think it comes back maybe to the cannabis as well, because it's on a federal level, not legal still, and her parents might not agree with it.
I agree. We're going to play a little bit more of this because
Okay.
hopefully we're going to have us a guest. We're just going to wait and find out.
Perception nationwide of a lot of missing kids. A lot of people say that DCF or Child Protective Services is a good thing. A lot of people always say, hey, get the kids out of the family. But I'm hearing a different side. And I'm hearing not just from you, but others that, it's like an organization that just rips the child away from people's homes without due process and then puts the kid into the state. Who knows what happens at that point? I mean,
people are getting away with sheer allegations and hearsay. My case alone had no investigation, no due process. And yeah, unfortunately, if you'd asked me 2 years ago or 3 years ago, I would have agreed. I would have thought that it was. But again, after being an advocate prior to this and now children being taken or like custody speaking out, it's become an issue that we need to address, and it's very apparent, sadly.
absolutely. A lot of times when, particularly me, criminal justice reform, once you become a victim of some sort of system, institutions that we have, you want to be an advocate and cause exposed, and you're doing a great job.
Thank you so much, Johnathan. I mean, it's not easy.
And again, I'm giving credit to Johnathan Lee Riches, aka JLR. He has stayed on this, and I'm going to continue on this. Hello to Doll. Hello. I do not like how the 5-day-old was ripped apart from her. I didn't like how that officer stood around staring. It was weird, cringy,
Right.
Inappropriate, because it wasn't like she was going to do something.
Right.
Hello, fight like a girl.
Well, not only that, the police presence, they to the home was like for me, it was like there was many officers there. Like the CPS
Too
lady,
many.
and then I want to say like what was it, 5 or more police officers?
They just kept coming. I mean, I'm sorry, they just kept coming in, and I was like, "What in the hell?"
I think and maybe we're ready for it to go really bad, so that could be why, and that's understandable.
If you're coming to rip my 5-day-old out of my arms, listen, you're gonna be talking to me a lot longer through that damn window.
If I was a law official, I would think,
oh Lord,
she's about to claw her eyes out. We better call in everybody we got, right?
I know if that's my baby, you better come on with it, because I
is
ain't about that life. All right,
Well,
here we
that's
go.
understandable on the law's part then too,
Mm-hmm. Here we go.
Easy. It's very hard, and these are lives and futures that we're talking about here. I just want to do what's best. I want to really be able to, really represent this and speak up for the other families involved. It's horrific. People that want to take their children completely from someone and a mother are abusers. They're not good people, and that goes throughout the system, and the system is enabling abusers. And we've seen that across the country, how people would just, maybe look at that narrative that they've been given and try to look deeper into that for realities.
Absolutely, and I'll do what I can do on my platforms to share your story. Wish you luck today. I'm praying for you.
Jonathan, we've had people come out all over the country, and you've been really solid in this, and in the efforts to expose all of these truths. So I really thank you.
You're welcome. God bless you.
All right, this is going to be after the 1-hour session that they had here.
Yeah. I'm trying to find the very first one I watched. But go ahead.
They didn't listen to what he said. They have no plan. The DCF attorneys, there's no money in these kind of things. Unless you have money. There's some advisory. I'm not sure if I'm familiar with like everyone else would put through this.
I just rolled in late. Did they terminate the rights today?
No, they're moving to in June and after. We have another hearing on 25th.
So what did the judge say today? Exactly.
Basically, they accepted. They were saying they were going to unify us. And today, before this hearing, DCF filed.
So they were going to unify her before this hearing, right? Mm-hmm. But now they're want to move toward terminating her rights.
Yeah.
So you went in today thinking that you were going to get your custody back and get it.
Denied every file motion that we've done. We've done it properly through paperwork like we're supposed to. But then they can go in and verbally ask for motions and make it necessary. Go after my unborn child. It's okay.
Was any of the lost family in there?
We should move out of here, but yes, my dad was escorted
to the back.
Yeah.
Cool. And if you heard there what they just said about taking that unborn child.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm going to look past that. Here she goes.
Well, you just have to have faith in God, and I hope that the truth, and this will get people to actually research. Nothing that I came forward as part of the community, and I was asking for, truth, and thinking that my father might be proud.
No, that's the two cops that follow us out. Because when you get escorted out anywhere. No. It says it's really why I follow us. It's for intimidation.
So you were in there today, and you were by yourself, and they had an army of lawyers and representatives for the state and stuff. How did that make you feel?
This is domestic terrorism.
And can you not imagine how that would feel, knowing that you're going up against somebody that has a hell of a lot more money than she does?
Well, yeah, and you know, she's basically on her own because they had control over basically where she lived was their home, one of their maybe extra homes. I don't know, something they maybe rent out. I don't know, like, but they own where she and her kids resided all up until this got truly messy, you know. To the point where they were pulling the rug basically out from under her, you know.
Mm-hmm. And that's how I feel. All right, let's continue.
You know, I'm being forced to even say things that I never would have. I'm very peaceful. I'm loving her. And this is terrorizing people. This is terrorizing families, using children. The amount of money they care about case plans and dead and timelines because of the money that they get. I don't even know how this is even still in our world these days. I don't even know how this was ever even allowed to exist, and it needs to stop.
So what was that judge's name?
That was Judge Meadows, Robert Meadows.
Has Meadows been fair for you at all during this process?
You know, I don't want to talk bad about anybody or anything, but Judge Lynn completely ignored the truth to this. He allowed all of it to happen, and Judge Meadows came in and was very.
I don't believe that she has an attorney present. Thank you, my drunk Kelly, my ambulance girl. Thank you.
Well,
I don't
if you
think that she
remember in
has-
the video when they came to get the baby,
Mm-hmm.
she had supposedly one, and that attorney was supposed to notify her that she needed to be in court that morning. They came to get the baby. They did an emergency hearing. Like, I want to say it was like in the middle of the night.
Yes.
And she never got notified and never.
How you can get notified in the middle of the night, people?
Right. Well, her attorney should have contacted her immediately.
Thank you.
And
That's
did
not.
She said, you were supposed to help me, such and such. You're supposed to be working for me, such and such. She's like literally asking her, why didn't you protect my children?
And I'm going to play an advocate on this side here. How do you know that attorney wasn't paid off, guys? We don't know.
Hello, right?
I don't know. And I'm just like a devil's advocate on that part right there.
You would have to get her an attorney that doesn't even live in Florida for her to get a fair attorney.
Because, yeah, y'all have yet to hear about him. And that's the part that I'm going to get to eventually.
And I'm telling you, and even just what she says, it's the rumors from the past about, and he admitted that he was a drinker and overzealous with the partying and the women, and so he himself has admitted this.
Well, if you watch the one video, you will hear about what the attorney said but I'm not playing that one because I'm not playing that baby.
Yeah, we can't hear what the attorney said. I haven't.
Yeah,
that bothered me so bad. I needed to do that.
And plus, I haven't blurred that part of the baby's private areas, but she has dropped the link for that. If y'all want to watch that at some point,
it's on her page.
It's on her page.
But respectfully, if anyone uses it, blur the baby out.
Yeah, I'm not going to do it because, I don't feel comfortable showing that baby, and that's that's where I stand on that.
Hopeful, actually, we all were. And last time he was in court, he made it to the next person and then yelled at me. We had 35 court watchers and advocates from all over the country watching and saw this judge be irate.
What did he yell at you about?
they were asking on the spot if I was pregnant because they had come the week prior through our neighborhood hunting me, knocking on doors and asking if anyone had seen a pregnant lady. I mean, we filmed it, we sent it to Governor DeSantis, we've sent the notice of liabilities to DeSantis, to Ashley Moody, to the Inspector General, to Mar-a-Lago. You know, I grew up going to Mar-a-Lago and staying with Trump and, you know, doing all of this, and it's time.
So,
time to address these issues.
you are pregnant right now?
Yes, I am.
How many months?
I'll be doing a little bit in a couple.
And this is the baby, of course, that 5 days old does get taken from her. But
Yeah.
that's the video that Mayor just dropped.
It's sad.
Yeah, you can hear a lot within that video, and it does say a lot.
So with the situation that you have now, is the state going to try to your child once you have your child? What grounds do they have to do that?
Just this case already, based on false allegations from my father and my mother. And, you know, sadly, we've entered all the evidence and we have more. And there's a lot that has been put out. You know, there's a lot on my father and my parents. And if people just look into my brother's case, you know, 40 years later, it is very apparent what's going on here.
So the father of your children now, is there any way they can get the custody? Your father's trying to get the custody of the
My
children.
father's trying to get the custody. He's been coordinating this for a while. He has a large team. The fathers of my children were abusers, and that's why I had sole custody. There were no fathers on birth certificates. I have taken care of my children for 10 years.
And I'm going to say, I'm not going to hold her in judgment for that right there. If she seems
Okay,
like,
wait a minute. Women can go to pay tens of thousands of dollars to be in vitro fertilized, or how I'm saying that wrong. I know I am, but she can't make a deal with somebody she supposedly said she was friends with, but then I don't know how that went. But you know, yeah, okay, go ahead, finish, Terry.
well, there is an interview with that they are together in that I come across, though, the father of this last baby. Thank God.
Yes.
You know, I've been known in the community as a loving mother and support for the community and families. You know, we've been all over. So this is it's very Twilight Zone, if you will, and I'm just trying to stay in it for everybody else as well, not only my children, myself, but like I said before, this is, I mean, we all know, this is a huge national issue, global issue.
So I know you're going to process what's going on to the next hearing. What steps do you think you're going to take between now and then?
Well, we've done all the filings and we put in the motions. They're supposed to be in default, and this should be dismissed. But you know, that should also raise alarms as to what's going on here. They refuse to get their claws off of my children, to see the truth. We've offered any proof that they needed. So, you know, I'm gonna look and ask for lawyers. You know, anyone out there that would like to support and get involved in what's right and knows these issues. And we're not here to fight anymore.
So again, I'm giving credit to this man, Johnathan Lee Riches. He has stuck hard on this case. I feel so horrible. I do. I'm sorry. I feel horrible for this woman. No, we don't know the full story. We don't.
She definitely did not. The system is failing her and her children right now. I'm sorry. And I don't even whether she has any kind of anything going on. Again, the CPS was set up to keep the children with the parent to help the families.
Reunification is what I've always been told is what CPS is for, is reunifying the family.
And they went as far as giving them back to parents that did not show any change and bad things happen. I understand that. I get that. But we don't have one abuse allegation on her. We can't find nothing other than kitty litter not being cleaned properly and her way of the way she lives, her cannabis, her not abiding to anything that they want. They all want her to go along with what they say and what they want her to do. Her family.
I agree. And I tell you all,
I
Yeah.
let my kids fly. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I'm here
Well,
to catch them if they fall, but I let them go spread their wings, man.
I mean, I'm a little bit.
It sounds like she
I'm a
was
little
very
different,
controlled and she broke free.
but I will say that you're right on that right there with this one. You are.
Oh,
All right, here we go. We're going to do some more.
Want to do what's right, and they want the truth of these situations and these children and the abuse and the parents, going through it to be out so that we can fix it. Law enforcement should be working with us. We're supposed to be for the community and what's best for them. And there's so many better ways to support families and keep children together and families together.
Yeah, what do you say to the other parents in this area in Indian River County that are going through the same situation as
Oh
you?
gosh, I know there's so many of us, unfortunately, from what I've found over the past year. I just really encourage anyone to please reach out to me. Anyone going through this, we've had great turnout today of other mothers and fathers going through this locally, and it's devastating. It's devastating to see, but please reach out. Again, any lawyers, any families going through this,
And that is going to be something I'm going to start looking into. I'm going to go past a little bit of this. Is that right there? I want to see how many more.
I know one personally. I do. It was a Michigan, Florida case. I might be able to get her to come up and tell her story.
That's something that I would be interested in because I want to see like a percentage, something that's going to show, about this county, Florida, any of, or even surrounding. I want to know how many people have had dealings and they've gone south in a way that their kids were actually ripped away from them.
Yeah, and it's not just CPS. There's a lot of other stories there, you know what I mean, to be found about corruption. Right now, I want to, if Megan needed help, I think then somebody should be advocating to get her help. If she needed help with the children, even like be there to help her. I don't understand why they want to rip apart a family and give them to a couple how old is he by now? We mentioned that earlier. You know what I mean? John Walsh and his wife. They have to be seniors, correct?
Yeah, and I think she also, but basically she just mentioned that the eldest child is what, 10?
Right, and why aren't they speaking to him and saying, what's going on? Are you eating? Are you doing schoolwork? Because she's homeschools, I believe, right?
That's what it seems like. Yes.
Yeah. Maybe giving him tests to see if he can spell and if he can write and like little things like that. Like I don't understand. Like
that's another thing. How many? I don't know how many's in here, but how many people in here have been homeschooled? Have you ever homeschooled? I know I've homeschooled before.
I have not, and my kids graduated just before the time that I would have said heck to the yes. These kids are coming out of school and I'm homeschooling them. You know what I mean? It just started getting really hectic in the schools when my daughter was graduating. No matter where you live in Michigan, the schools get really wild.
Okay, so I'll do that. Okay, because I know I have, and it's not the easiest, but
no, my sister-in-law did 4 kids. Yeah, she wanted to rip her hair out.
I've done it. Let's see what we got going on here. What she's saying here.
Yeah, I started asking. I thought that would be a commendable thing, being the daughter of John Walsh. I thought that's what we did as family. And then all of a sudden, an ambush. They're just taken. My home's taken. My everything's taken.
And they know that my children are my life. We've submitted text messages from them. My father has lied under oath. He has already submitted at least 2 false reports to DCF, which by each count is a third-degree felony.
What was he saying in those reports?
What got my children taken to begin with, that I was holding them hostage in my home. Your Honor, she's holding those children hostage in her house. We need to get them out now.
Hostage meaning what? You weren't letting them
What
out?
does that mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we were in the community. If anything, that was during COVID, and people should have said that I had my children out in the community too much. Saying that I have, and this is a playbook that they do that I want everyone to realize through CPS, through Hollywood.
I'm going to pause that one. And I'm going to stop sharing this. I might be able to find it through here. Hold on.
Those two I sent you have a little more.
The second one, I want to play a little bit of that one.
Okay.
Oh, that 5-day-old baby just broke my heart. That one was not one that it hurt. That one.
Yep. I actually watched that video the day it happened, and it was like, oh my God, you just want to reach out and
Let me say.
Let me go back and find the one that I would want to find. It's got a dark outpost. Hold on.
I feel all she's.
What is your feelings on this, Crazy Cat Mama? I want to see what she says. It's not that one.
Yeah, but we're trying to find that reason. They said it's because she held her kids hostage in the house, and it's COVID.
She knew what was going to happen, and she was told what to do to prevent it. Okay, now see, I haven't come across that. Where did you find that?
And she said she did what she was supposed to do to prevent it. That was to take her child to the doctor. And she said her lawyer did not. They didn't even give her a chance to bring the doctor's report in. They had an emergency hearing the night after, the same night the baby had the doctor appointment, according to her.
Okay. I'm going to try this one if I can find it.
And when is it crossing the line and where is our line nowadays with what we let them take away from us as parents? For me, that's my question.
This monster. Let's see.
I had pretty good judgment, and I raised 2 good kids, and I wasn't always the freaking best human being, like to myself, you know what I mean? But I was always a good mother. I wasn't perfect.
Isn't that it right there? My father is a monster.
Right, Crazy Cat Mama.
That's what this says here.
But that's what me and Terry was saying earlier, and I agree that,
Oh my goodness, I ain't listening.
We are 100% in support of you, and we are going to do everything in our power to help you. And that is not just a one-time, appearance on the program. This is going to be.
Now, this is also 8 months ago.
When they took the first 3, turn it down just a little bit because it echoes and it's real loud, hon.
Like, that is loud.
Ongoing, because this is very important to me as a cause, and I know that it's very important to you, and I'm honored that you have chosen my program to come on and tell your story. So we will be with you every step of the way. I want to assure you of that. Let's begin, if we could, by asking you, obviously we're going to let you tell the story in your own words, but I think a good starting point would be to ask you, what was it like growing up as the daughter of John Walsh, finding out about your brother? I don't know how old you were when you found out, and what was it like?
Okay. Like we said earlier,
this is very good, but
Yes.
I'm going to tell you there's going to be a break in it where she'll walk away. You'll have to skip forward. Until she comes back. Because she had a meeting that day and she was doing this interview real quick, so she had a bunch of stuff going on.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay.
being the daughter of this famous individual, not fame because of something good, but of something bad.
Right.
Let me slow her down. She's going too fast for me.
Yeah.
Well, I'd kind of paste them up.
I agree, Crazy Cat Mama.
I can hear you. There was just a little bit of an echo problem, but go ahead, keep going.
Okay, great. So growing up with John Walsh, obviously, as you hit it on the head, it was not out of celebrity for acting or for a role that he played necessarily. It was due to the work that he did and because of my brother, the tragic events of my brother's murder and kidnapping. So for me, growing up, it was very empowering. You're given a certain narrative, and your parents. You look up to your parents. They're everything, especially after everything they've endured and everything that they do for the country and for children. So you really grow up, not questioning one thing, being very grateful for the things that you have, and anything that's said here. I want to say first and foremost to you, David, thank you so much for this opportunity and for this support. And secondly, this, again.
And this is, what is his name? I can barely see. David Zumblick. Is that what it says? Can you read that? Let me see if my magnifying glass will help me. David Zumblick, it was like, okay.
The creator I sent you?
Yes. I was like, let me make sure here.
What I'm going to say here is heartbreaking to have to say in many ways. And it's not easy to have to go through this, but and then also have to talk about it and expose it, because I do love and honor my parents. I always have. But unfortunately, truth and justice still prevail, and they are real. And that's something that, I started as a huge thing in my life for me, and I know for many others, especially many of your viewers. So again, thank you. And I just want to preface with that. But to kind of, get back to your question, growing up with my father, again, you kind of go along with the narrative and, you don't question it, and you're taken around. And, personally growing up, I had bodyguards.
Can we all agree on one thing? She's very articulate. She's well-spoken. She seems to be very educated.
I believe she's wrote a book. Don't quote me on that.
That's what it seems like. Yes. So she does seem to be very.
And also, let me make this real clear. She's always been an advocate against the corruption within the system, the CPS and all that. Prior to this even happening, she was an advocate. So that could be another role. Like, she might have ticked off the wrong people, So we don't, but we need to find the answers. Yes.
Okay, let's keep going.
The aliases, different apartments in DC, always traveling around, no real routine. I remember we'd be driving in Lincoln Town cars in DC and have to, the bodyguard would get a call in the front seat that there was a bomb threat at the network station, and we'd have to turn around and get as far away from the building as we could. Things like that. And always being, surveillance, really, always going to the bathroom. We used to have to hide in the exit doorways in the hotels while they went in and searched any room that we went in and things like that. So you get an idea from a child's perspective how that might be. And that's something that, has been really misconstrued a lot. I think, I've these elite families and these children, and how we should be so grateful, and it's so wonderful and how amazing it is. But there is, in some cases, as we're finding out more and more, people are being encouraged to speak up, and children grow up, and it's not exactly, what people perceive that it is. And to maybe.
So that's touching a little bit on the beginning years. I'm going to go a little bit further here.
And wait 1 sec. She did know Crazy Cat Mama, because just a little bit ago, she said prior to having the baby, like they were like locked on her, watching her. They were literally like, they must have had detectives on her or something. Yeah, I don't know, but they kept literally, did you have the baby yet? Did you have the baby yet? They were coming for her. And yes, I would have kind of tried to move around and hide myself if they took my kids out of like malice or out of just spite, you know what I mean? And I know that's what my family does. I wouldn't have reacted any other way. I would have done everything I could to not let them get their hands on my baby. I mean, I can't imagine going to sleep without the other 3, let alone a 5-day-old.
I agree. Here we go. Let's do some.
And I just really want to find out what is their major reason for breaking these kids away from their family.
Mm-hmm.
They're just their mom what they know.
Here we go.
Scholar for over 20 years, lived in India for 3 years, where I developed and set up production distribution for my clothing line. But still, I've done many things in my past, and I was ready to really focus on, being a mother and becoming part of my community and how I can really serve others. So that's really what started getting me into looking into the truths of things. I did go back to Christianity after being a Kundalini practitioner, and again, religious scholar from Zen Hinduism, Eastern religion, philosophy, painting. I have a bachelor's in painting, graphic design. So that gives you an idea of kind of where I was. And again, traveling and living around the world.
So it sounds like maybe she's changed also. Like maybe religious stance, because like she's saying, she's talking about religion.
Spiritually, yes.
Yes. I mean, I'm not going to discount anybody's religion or what their beliefs are. That's not I'm not God. I'm not going to do that.
And when someone goes that route too, like there's a situation that is all over other channels right now about a young man. And some people do take that to a whole nother level. But I don't think this is the case with Megan. I don't. That's just, again, my opinion. But I could be wrong. I tend to have a need to believe the good in people. You know what I mean?
Yeah, them watching the pregnancy got me kind of a little bit spooky wooky. I'm sorry. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, and then watching her change that baby like that. I mean, that back up. You are a man, and you don't need to be standing over a child that's not yours. Period.
And I would have moved to.
I wouldn't be changing my baby near any strangers, and
no,
in a normal setting. Would you? There's weirdos out there.
I just didn't feel comfortable with that.
Do these things. Back to me becoming a mother and going into the community. I really started, after leaving those worlds, I really started asking myself, gosh, if the devil existed, or if there was evil or bad, whatever vernacular you want to use, what would that look like, and what's really going on around me? And that kind of just prompted me getting involved with Save Our Children. I have been an advocate for family support and CPS, anti-corruption, things like that, and speaking out. So for me, it just kind of one thing led to another. And finally at 36, 37, I decided I'm gonna look into the narrative that is not what we've been given about my brother Adam. I want to look into his case. I want to look at the records now that they're public. And I want to look at Otis School and Henry Lee Lucas, in interviews, or I want to research about them, not having, with nothing affiliated to my brother's case, but who they were, what they were about outside of that. And then that also led me to say, what was John Walsh and Rebay Wall?
And now she's questioning about her.
I gotta make something clear too. Again, Megan was pregnant with this baby that they just recently took when they took the first 3. Megan was already pregnant. So I don't think she was being reckless and went out and got pregnant again while she was fighting to get her other 3 back. So I don't want people to think that either. She was already pregnant.
All right, let's play some more.
Doing before this narrative was given to the public of how, this mother lost her child in 3 minutes, when she walked away in the toy department.
Let's talk about that. What is the official narrative? Tell us the official narrative for those who don't know. This is 40 years ago. About what happened to your brother, if you could.
Absolutely, David. The narrative for the public that's from my father and from the agencies is that my brother was 6.5 years old. My mother went to Sears Department Store in Hollywood, Florida, which happens to just be across the street from the Hollywood Police Department. And she left him to play an Atari video game in the children's section while she went to the lamp section, a bird's eye view away, to purchase a lamp that was on sale. Apparently, she says it was 3 to 10 minutes that she had left him only, and she went back and he was missing. She asked Sears to call over the intercom system, and they say that Sears refused to do so. And then they finally called the police, and then the search started.
Okay, so we got to commentate on that. So
yeah, there's more to that, because there's witnesses that say this is where it gets good, where the part is I told you about. That there was a bigger time lapse than that.
Here we go.
I'm not calling the bus because that's weird.
Well, David, it is weird because we've since found out in the reports and the original records that they did call over the intercom. I believe twice actually over the intercom, and Sears was able to prove that Adam was not left alone for 3 to 10 minutes. It was actually over 90 minutes. Yes, and my mother at the time was very confused, and there's a lot of discrepancies.
Wow. Okay. All right. So you began to look into this as an adult. You wanted to learn more about your brother's death, disappearance, and death, and the official story and the background of the 2 men who were allegedly involved in your brother's death. And you wanted to find that information separate from the crime itself. You wanted to find out a little bit about their background, and also about your father and your mother, and about the narrative. What did you find?
We found a lot, David, and it keeps rolling out, if you can imagine. We have Penny Shepard here, we've got Mike Pack, and a great research team of online warriors and angels have actually come forward to really support me and to really be researching. You know, I think it's interesting that as soon as people are kind of given an inkling or an opportunity, if you will, that it's not.
But where are they at now? Yeah, we got to keep
make sure we're doing every 30 seconds. I don't want you to get struck or anything.
Yeah, hey, I'm going to put their channel in my description as well.
Yes, I agree to look into look into it, because if any and all ears and eyes, you know what I mean? Because I don't want to see like what happens like when these kids are 20 some years old and they were raised the same way and cycles weren't broken, and what if something bad happens to them? And finish that, because they do talk about how it was way longer that he was left alone there.
Mm-hmm. I did read that, but I'm like, oh, I did read it though. All right, let's see.
Not a response expected to be, oh, John Walsh, he's so amazing, yes, the tragedy, you know, he's done so much, blah, blah, blah. They actually, you'll find that there are many people that have a lot of other things to say about him, and also know a lot of different stories from living down in the area at the time, including the son of his boss, John Monahan, you know, when before, you know, life with Adam before his kidnapping and murder. So we've actually looked into a lot of that. I think we can go through that now if you'd like.
Yes, I want to know everything, and I'm going to try to pare back the questions and let you tell this in your own words, because I want everything to get out. And I should let my viewers know that Megan has graciously agreed to be a regular contributor to our program. This is, as I promised her, we're going to help her all the way. We're going to do everything in our power to help, because you're going to find out she doesn't have her children. She needs to get them back. We are going to help her. And scrolling across the bottom of the screen right now is a Give, Send, Go address. I would like everyone in my audience to contribute something to this fund, please, and be of help to her. And every time we have her on, we're going to have this scrolling. So this is very important. And by the time we get to the end of this program today, which is just the beginning, we're going to have her on regularly. You're going to want to be of help to this woman. You're going to have a completely different opinion of the man you thought you knew, John Walsh. And at this point,
this is so damn sad.
Well,
sad.
It didn't even talk about the other stuff, you know, growing up in the house either.
No, we haven't touched on that.
This is a very good one to be commentating on, though. I maybe it has been a whole year, but I came across it 8 months ago, and I could have swore she was pregnant. So if I'm wrong about that, we'll figure that one out too. Crazy cat mama.
Yeah, we're gonna keep going, but I want to get through some of this before
Megan,
we
just tell us in your own words what you want to say, and you're going to listen intently.
Because we have
it's been a wild ride, especially the last 7 months. You know, I'm a little exhausted. I'm drinking my water to hydrate. So, but I want to thank you very much for this opportunity again. And again, we've got Penny Shepard and Mike Pack on to kind of.
They're not in the studio, but they are here, folks. They elected not to come in. They wanted me to interview Megan. They're welcome to chime in at any time. I can see Penny in the green room there. If she wants to come in and say something, you can just raise your hand, Penny, and we'll bring you on. Other than that, I'm going to let Megan do the talking. But they are here for support, and we love Penny Shepard as well. She's an outstanding individual. And Mike Pack, I had the pleasure of hearing the other night when you were on Caravan of Midnight with John B. Wells. I was intent on getting you on the program once I heard this, because I knew you didn't have enough time, and I knew there was a lot more to the story. So I'm so gratified that you agreed to come on. All right, continue.
Thank you. And John B. Wells was amazing. You guys have the courage to really, you know, put this out there and give space to this so that people can decide for themselves. Again, most of this has been research and things that we've found. And we really want, you know, I'm all about the voice of the people, David, and I really want, as my father has ironically been on national news lately, calling for, you know, everyone to investigate the dirty laundries and whatnot, the Gabby Petito case. You know, I think maybe it's time for the public to get involved and encouraged to really start investigating these people that they idolize or that they allow to have so much control over policy or protection and safety, things like that. So, you know, there's a lot that we did find. I'm just going to go all over. I guess I'll start again with my brother. We'll start there and kind of point out.
skip on a little bit. Oh, I feel bad.
Sons from a drainage pipe in the ocean and saved his life. And so he, got promoted to hotel executive, and he started then going back and forth to the Bahamas.
Well,
and I would actually love to bring in Penny for her research and kind of facts.
What now?
Pause. Okay, that is a real good. Now, this is another important part. You might want to not have skipped over that.
I just don't
She's
want to.
telling about how
Her brother.
how he was John, her dad, how he ended up getting involved with the big hotel chains, and then there was like other people involved, like important big money people.
Got you.
Yeah, so it's all part of the story that made me got me going. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, here we go.
Kind of things, but to stick to the facts, we did find that, and so then I started saying, that's when again I was prompted to say, what was my dad doing at the time? What was going on in the area? And other people would be sending me things all the time, or actually when you start to look a little deeper online, a lot of people have questions, and it actually has been known. Obviously the murderer and honest fool not being, convicted or named as a murderer until 2006, 9, whatever years fly by. Excuse me on my time, but that's just interesting in itself. The debate about opening the records to the public. There's been many authors, Willis Morgan, Arthur J. Harris, Penny Shepard actually had already previously done posts and writings about my parents. That's how I found out about her. And these things were being sent to me. So I went back to my parents in the past there, and I said, okay, my dad was working at the Diplomat Hotel in Hollywood, Florida at the time. And he was a Savannah boy, and he would talk about it and the lifestyle. And he was known to be quite a playboy. My mom, again, my parents, I will remind everyone that my dad was 22 and my mom was 16 when my parents met, which was later on the National Center.
So that was a kind of an age difference and an age gap, if y'all didn't catch that.
Yeah.
22, and what was it?
Yeah.
Was it 15, 16? Just letting y'all know that more.
From the Six Slave Children and the unconstitutional Adam Walsh Act. So they were down in South Florida, and
Thank you, Crazy Cat Mom. That's what I was feeling, but allegedly.
And saved his life.
Really
and so he, got promoted to hotel executive, and he started then going back and forth to the Bahamas. And I would actually love to bring in Penny for her research and kind of facts on that.
If we can, if she's willing to, let's bring her. Penny, hi. How are you, Penny?
Hi, good. How are you? A little tired. It's up late, so
I want your support on some of the research, so you can help us out, and we'd really appreciate it.
I just don't want it all coming from me. Penny's done such great, again, this team that has come together that in our own right, Penny has done such great background research. Mike has really looked into the National Center and kind of the current financial issues and things that, on a federalized level.
So it looks like this lady's done her homework, and we're going to hear her out. And that way we're not going to be on here all night. We won't be, because we're going to come back tomorrow.
Yep.
With more.
Background stuff, and of course me being able to speak on all of it personally, and then with my current situation, which is exposing a lot, unfortunately. So thank you, Penny, for
and getting the children back. This is my
point. Yeah.
We're not stopping. I'm letting anyone know. I don't care who's watching this. We're not stopping until we help Megan get her children back and get her life back in order, because this is not right what happened. Continue.
I sent you a couple PowerPoints, which if you get a chance, you might want to take a look. To put the PowerPoints on, and they're kind of, I can run through it with you, they're kind of self-explanatory in regards to, I started really researching John because I had done a cursory review of him. I basically reported on Hollywood, and Mike Peck, who's also working with us, his AKA is Hollywood reporter. So I'm kind of like, I was born in Hollywood, so Florida, which was essentially created by Hollywood, California, and that was a CIA endeavor. It was utilized by the CIA for black ops and for espionage, blackmail. Marilyn Monroe was out there.
Okay, so we got to commentate. So she's going to tell us who John Walsh is, guys. Right here.
That's okay.
Yeah.
And so the cursory review of this is talking about, who is John Walsh. So I started analyzing him from the Resorts International aspect. Resorts International, when he speaks, he talks about the fact that when Adam was taken, that he was working for Resorts International, and he was building a $26 million hotel on Paradise Island, and he was working for Paradise Island Hotel. The Paradise Island was it began, let's see, okay. All right, here's his bio. John was born December 26, 1945 in Auburn. He's the father of kidnapped Adam Walsh, the National Case, founder of the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. He's an American television personality, but people seem to forget that because they seem to think that he's like an FBI agent or that he's affiliated in some capacity where he has a badge and he's knocking on the doors and dragging people home.
Right. I was under that mistaken impression for many years because in all of this, that gets lost in the fact you begin to think that he's some sort of authority figure that not only was his child.
That's what I was going to say. Everybody kind of seems to always think that he is somebody with authority, and what is being spoken on now in this chat is kind of where it led me to think of Epstein.
Yep.
And
well, there's more there, about the lifestyle he was leading again.
Yeah, and that's why I said I'm gonna play more of this, and if this doesn't help make people aware or understand.
If I'm not mistaken, don't quote me word for word, he's even when the breakdown in the marriage happened between him and his wife, he even had her looking like she was the unstable one.
Mm-hmm.
So, for that mother to be even going along with this, there's just something that it stinks like high to high heaven.
Well, they seem to get back together, go keep in
like they got shit on each other or something, right?
So here we go.
Kidnapped and murdered, but somehow he is law enforcement, and he's not.
No, he is a TV personality, and people forget that. Also, he had another show. I don't know the exact year that the John Walsh show came out. Do you, Megan?
I don't actually. I'm sorry.
Okay, so he had another show in which he basically had the entertainment world on his show. He had politicians, but he had entertainers on his show. And he also interviewed Clone Aid. So that's something we might want to talk about a little bit later because Clone Aid, their registry is in the Bahamas. And if no one knows where Paradise Hotel is, it's in the Bahamas. So he was working for, let's just finish here. Okay, he built himself as a victim's rights advocate, the host and creator of America Plus Wanted on Fox Network. He basically said that, he made Fox Network. Part owner of now defunct National Museum of Crime and Punishment in Washington, D.C., the John Walsh Show host, which was more of an entertainment endeavor with all different political factions and entertainers that were on the show. Anchor of the investigative documentary series The Hunt, which that name in itself is a whole conundrum. With John Walsh, 2014 did.
So she's painting the narrative, which is facts. What she's given, they are facts, by the way.
Viewed on CNN, and then In Pursuit with John Walsh, and he's a spokesman for the Justice Network too. Now, the most recent case that brought him again into our review was the Petito case, in which he began his accolades with all of the people that had worked for him or with him before. For instance, Anderson Cooper. He says, "Oh, Anderson, I've known your family since Adam was taken, and as we know who Anderson Cooper's mother was, Gloria Vanderbilt."
Yes, she's part of it.
Yep.
That's correct. As a matter of fact, my AKA, well, it says Agent X11 because that's my AKA on Twitter. That's a whole another story which I'm going to focus on. But when I started tweeting out about John, I also came into contact with Mike Pack. Mike Pack is in the green room. And Mike, AKA, is actually Hollywood reporter. I was born in Hollywood. I was born August 11, 1958 in Hollywood. I was born at Hollywood Memorial Hospital. So when Megan and I started talking, because I know that I was born into MK Ultra and Project Genesis, a subproject of Eve, which is a cloning project. I find out Megan was born in my hospital. I also find out that John Walsh lives 13 miles from my house in Florida. It gets a lot deeper than that. But
and I'm going to have to second Margene and Cat Mama.
These are ties that I have with Megan and also in the MK Ultra community. So let's go peripherally to the genesis of Resorts International. Yes. Resorts International was actually Mary Carter Payne. You might want to flip through some of these things. Okay, here we go from some of the details. John Walsh arrived in Miami in 1966 and began working in the Diplomat Hotel for John Monahan. John Monahan worked for the Diplomat Hotel as an executive hotelier. John states in his book, Tears of Race, he was a cabana boy, the Diplomat, and he rescued John Monahan's young son from drowning. John then hired, lots of Johns here, right? Yeah. John Monahan then hired John Walsh to work for the Diplomat Hotel. Then John married Jose June 10, 1971 in Florida, but actually he didn't.
We're here, Crazy Cat Mama. We understand, trust me.
In Florida, he married her in New York at the time now. And John Monahan attends, and then John Monahan gives John Reve Walsh round-trip plane tickets to Europe for a honeymoon. That's how they start, which is kind of a weird auspicious beginning. Okay, so let's go to the next one. Okay, so now I'll give you the history of the Diplomat Hotel, which opened in 1958, which is the year of my birth. The Diplomat Hotel, it starts with the grocery store magnate Samuel and Friedlander, which you'll understand this because the person that owned Paradise Island was also an heir to a grocery store magnate. So
and we all know about Paradise Island, I'm sure.
This guy, Freeland, he found a food for fare. He opened the 150-room hotel named the Envoy. He later expanded it to 350 rooms, and he renamed it the Diplomat. Now, why is this hotel significant that John's working at? Because Harry Truman and every president since 1974 visited the Diplomat. Bing Crosby, Frank Sinatra, Woody Allen, Maurice Chevalier, Bob Hope, Ronald Reagan. Now, these particular individuals we know are Satanists, and they're involved with mobs like Frank Sinatra and Bob Hope. Taylor Bryce, or Bryce Taylor, I get it confused all the time. She wrote Thanks for the Memories in regards to Bob Hope because he was an MK Ultra handler that was a pedophile that raped her. So we're going to this whole MK Ultra agenda, which is attached to the president.
Warning on my
and
screen,
Megan was presented to Reagan when she's a baby when he's talking to him about the
trigger warning, trigger warning.
About establishing the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. Jackie Gleason, Lawrence Welk had their shows from there. Joan Rivers, Judy Garland, Liza Minnelli, Sammy Davis Jr. Sammy Davis Jr. is pictured with Mike Aquino and Anton LaVey because he's a Satanist. So we have Peggy Lee, John Nichols, Buddy Hackett, Sonny Caesar, D.L. Warwick, Ozzy Brothers, Robert Goulet, Engelbert Humperdinck. You get the idea.
Yes.
Okay? All the Hollywood elite from California are now in Hollywood, Florida, where I was born and Megan was born. Right?
Yep.
So John Monahan and tells around my since he was a kid. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, to add to that real quick, and then the Diplomat has this amazing relationship, I find out, with from his own son, John Monahan's own son. I said, what was your dad's relationship with the Hollywood Police Department with all this stuff going on? And he said, he had a great relationship. It was a barter system. You know, they would get in trouble for.
So you want to explain a little bit of that, Margene?
Excuse me. What part was it? Say, remind me what she just said.
Paradise Hotel.
I don't know much about that, but you do remember that Jeffrey Epstein had a place in Florida, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, absolutely. And that's my whole point right there.
Okay. All right. I didn't know if we were on the same page.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Okay, here we go.
For some reason, they all give you a suite to come to one of these celebrity parties, and they know. So I find that quite interesting as well. Let's keep that in mind when we're talking about all these, right?
Yeah, and additionally, they were utilizing those hotels for sex trafficking, for pornography, for drug trafficking. Myra Nancy ran these operations for the Fountain Blue.
Sex trafficking of children?
Of children and adults and teens.
And teens, okay.
Whatever, we will fill your fantasy, whatever you want. We will bring it to the hotel. We will give you guns. We will give you cocaine. We will give you, children. We will give you teenagers. We will give you women. We will give you men. We will provide you with boys. We are an all-service, no-stop hotel, no-tell.
Wow. Okay.
Trigger warning. Trigger warning.
So it says Monahan was hired to revive hotels built by a huge company called the Gulf American Corporation. Now, this corporation built cities in the middle of nowhere to sell their land, and they were underwater. Literally, they were selling swampland. But they did build some cities like Coral Gables, River Ranch, and the land fork was funded by Jack and Lana Rosen. And they were the largest land sales company in the United States, and they developed Cape Coral, Florida, and pioneered salesmen the method of installment and land purchases. We can skip through this; it's kind of boring.
Yeah, that's fine.
To hear that thing.
Yeah, so she's giving the resume basically. She's building facts. She's building off of facts, and if people don't understand what these facts are, then I'll try to break it down for you. But you can't deny or dispute them because they're right there in front of you.
Right.
And I think if we watched, I watched something with Epstein, and
I've been following it for many years.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it goes back to a little girl named Madeline McCann. I'm sure people have heard about her.
Mm-hmm.
There's a connection to he was a campaign manager for one of the candidates that ran for president, a female. And he has got there's sketches of the two men that they wanted to question. Was it Portuguese where she went missing? I might not be right about that. But anyhow, different country, and both the brothers, Tony and John, I won't say the last name, but I'm sure you can guess.
Mm-hmm.
They were in that same country within, I think, a mile at another compound or ranch or whatever of a very well-known, can you say pedo or?
I mean, wiener.
They were there, and there was another sketch of a woman that looked a lot like Ghislaine Maxwell. If you want to dig a little further, there's a photo of JonBenet Ramsey in a pageant as well. And in the back, like seating, like right past her, there's a woman that looks eerily identical to Ghislaine Maxwell as well.
And
So if you guys all think that like, I don't think them are just coincidences. I just don't.
mhm.
Another fun fact is look at the Chester Bennington and Chris Cornell stories. Chester Bennington and the one brother John that I'm talking about
Mhm.
look eerily alike, father son alike.
I agree. I just say look up Epstein and a lot of his high society contacts.
It's just crazy how it all comes back to these elite people
Mhm.
and the children and the CPS, and how are so many kids going missing in just the United States alone? There would have to be so many serial kidnappers out there. Do you understand?
Mhm.
For this to be possible. Look, I think like probably 2 years, 3 years ago when I was really into it, I gave up for a while. It was at 1.5 million children a year. And that wasn't even the correct number. I found out later it was way higher than that.
Well,
How
I'm
does
going
that
to say
happen?
this.
How does that happen if someone ain't letting people get away with it somehow or another? It's unheard of.
Exactly. And Epstein, I mean, and Walsh, they knew each other.
Listen, him and Chris Cornell were about to come out with a documentary with one other guy. Can't think of his name right now, but I can get you the info, Sassy. They were about to come out and lay it out. It was a family friend Chester admitted to being um fondled with, and it was a family friend, and I can't get it out of my head that the family friend was not Mr. John P. Because they are identical. They
I can
are.
tell you what to look for: the Great Fake Child Sex Trafficking Epidemic.
Yep.
If you want to look up that, you can also anyone that wants to kind of look that up and read about that.
Yep.
It's called the Great Fake Child Sex Trafficking Epidemic. Trigger warning. It's by Caitlin Tiffany.
Yep.
It's very interesting, especially the names tied to it. It might enlighten a lot of people because John Walsh ain't this woman's
there's another
American father. I'm just saying.
Liz Broken did you watch that one, Terry? Out of the Shadows?
No, I don't think I've seen that.
That one will blow your mind about Hollywood.
A lot of things have blown my mind about Hollywood. Whew. Whew. But yeah, that's just something that I was like, I've got to put that out there. This was something I was like, yeah, I don't know if I want to cover.
It's all connected is my point, I guess, is what I'm getting at. All of it's connected. And to find out that stuff about Mr. Walsh and him climbing the ladder just being a bellhop at a hotel, he must have really earned that fame and fortune, huh? And then it goes in, if you continue with Megan in the interview here, it goes into some of his lifestyle hiccups and things that he was known for.
And I do want to say also, and by the way, her father is also the one in December that did issue Vero Beach, Florida, to detain his daughter. And those were on the orders of her father, John Walsh.
Repeat that. You cut out.
On the orders of her father, John Walsh, Megan, Walsh was detained by local authorities at Vero Beach, Florida.
Yes. True.
And those were on his orders. Now, how the hell does he get to give orders?
How does he get to give orders? Right.
Yeah.
He's
And
the
I mean, I can
governor,
link
he's
every
the
place I
sheriff.
get all my stuff. And that's by the Best News. So how did he get the rights to do that?
Well,
And,
that's
in my opinion, he
what
shouldn't
she
have gotten in.
says, that he walks around that town with MOB mentality.
And his name should never have been linked to Epstein's, and that's my opinion. I'm gonna
Yep.
play
No.
some more of this. Here we go.
Anything?
Exactly.
Okay, so here's where I tell you, in the 60s, they sold 173 miles of swampland, right? And inevitably, they did dredge it. But in the 70s, the Florida Department of Business Regulation adopted a real estate development reform because of these abuses. So eventually, Margene left Gulf America Corporation. Now, I haven't elaborated on Margene, and that would be for another thing. Do you want to say a little bit something about Margene that you know?
Well, I think it's just interesting, when we see River Ranch come up and things like that, about ranches and things. I do know that Monahan, factually speaking, his wife did die. And the story that I was always told from when I was young was that she had become an alcoholic and, these different addicts. And one day the ranch, I believe it might have been the home, don't mark my word for that, but they were affiliated with these ranches in River Ranch. But that she tripped down her nightgown, fell down the stairs and died. And that was another thing that I did ask his son about. And he told me again, like we grow up, again, I was in the kitchen with my nanny. The nanny, this is a whole theme to elite families or these type of families, also satanic families where you have people around you that are auntie so-and-so, uncle so-and-so, and they're not your family for some reason.
So we're going to commentate on that. And I agree. Money does talk. Bullshit walks. But, I mean.
Yep.
Hello, flies. But this is real, so I'm going to play some more of this and see how far we get into it, because it's like a 2.5 hour. I want to get at least through.
But to get back to that, his son told me how I was sitting in the kitchen with my nanny that morning before we went to church. I was eating my eggs, and I hear a thud, and I look over to my right, and through the doorway, I see my mother laying on the floor and blood. I get up, and my father's standing at the top of the stairs, and that was something that was not just from him. It was very talked about within the circles about how he had apparently been at the top of the stairs. And then Penny, I don't know if we'll get to that in years later. I don't want to trump that, but Penny and some of the other researchers later find out that wasn't the only dead woman that he, right, Penny, that he was involved with, including the later.
He had a 23-year-old. He had a 23-year-old woman that was 23 years his junior girlfriend that died in a plane crash, which it looked to be there were 6 other people that died. Either that plane was exploded, but then John was, I call him like a fixer, because John's there to ID those bodies, just like he ID'd the head of Adam Walsh.
Which even then, when he went to go ID, not just the firm, but when he went to go ID the head of Adam Walsh, Penny is right. He originally could not said, I don't recognize him, I can't identify it, and then later went back and said, yeah, that's the head. But he's nonetheless, there are allegations behind all these remains from everybody.
Yes, I'm talking to one of the authors, which is Willis Morgan, and I think that was.
And I'm going to highlight what Mayor says. Please, 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 please do your own research. That way you see. I will link everything that I need to link.
Terry and I both have been discussing this. We know it's a touchy subject. We're really not. We're on the side of the children.
Yeah, that's where I stand.
Period, point blank, right. So none of us have to dispute who's right or wrong or who's fit and who's not. We need to figure out why this is happening and be vigilant for others, that it doesn't happen to others this way.
And that is exactly where I stand. Is these kids matter, and they shouldn't. There should be nothing that. I just pray that they're okay. Which a 5-day-old baby that was ripped away needs their mama.
Yeah, well, and a year away from your parents, a lot of shit can change too. They might be afraid of her when they see her again, because who knows what's been. How they've been groomed. If allegedly this was and is a grooming situation, conflict of interest.
And I'm praying that not, but
right.
I'm going to keep going a little bit more of this.
be a very good interview for you to have with Willis, because he spent his last 40 years of his life writing and revising a book where he says that it was actually Dahmer. And this man was in Vietnam, so he was also an MP. So he's not a schmo. He knows what he saw, and he's devoted 40 years of his life to revealing it. So, that would be a person that I would actually want to get their perspective. And then there's another individual, Arthur J. Harris, who also said that it was not Ottis Toole that committed this crime, because Ottis Toole and Henry Lucas were lovers. And I have some more insight on that to another day. But they confessed to over 600 crimes, because the PD, the FBI, and the CIA are all complicit in these murders. And so they had these cold cases, which they needed them closed, because when you close the case, the evidence goes away, and they are no longer pursued. So over 600 cases were closed by sheriffs globally in the United States.
So there's a theory that Jeffrey Dahmer killed animals. Then.
Correct. And my theory, which I'm pursuing, is that he was actually a CIA asset, and he was an MP. Also, he was trained as a serial killer from.
And I'll pause this. And if anybody's ever thought about this, if her parents are corrupt, then the whole Center for the Missing and the Exploited Children could be also corrupt.
Up front.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
I mean, I'm really worried, because if it were to come out, like, because all the stuff that's going on in the world right now, I mean, this is really gonna take people back, and nobody's talking about it. Nobody's preparing nobody.
And that's what really got me. I was like, you know what? Maybe it is time, because I thought, you know what?
And we don't have to go at it hard. We just, because I know that I am not even prepared as I want to think I am. You know what I mean? But
no, I mean, I know I'm not.
And I'm not going to do politics. I told you that. But please research how many sex trafficked children that were rescued under the Trump administration. That's all I'm saying there.
And with that, we're going to stop on this right here. We know where we're at, the 46-minute and 44-second mark. Because I'm not trying to keep everybody all night.
Right.
Because this is like a deep dive of a lot. A lot more than we know about. But this is serious. I feel for those kids. The kids are the ones that I worry for the most. Those are the ones that matter, are the children. Now, if you can unify those children, reunify, then you know what? Their mama deserves to have her kids. But I'm like, gosh, this is a lot.
Yeah.
And
I was down in the dumps one time in my life with, drinking and things from my past. And I had 2 beautiful children. Well, I'll tell you right now, I did what I needed to do. I did everything I did. I put all that away. So my kids were graduated from high school. And, Megan, I feel it in my heart. She'd do anything for those children. And they're not even giving her that opportunity. The lawyer shafted her. That right there, to me, like, I hope they write the Bar Association on her. Because she now, like, again, I said, these children have been out of her care for how long? How long have they? Is she? I don't even know. Is she seeing the kids? I think she is supervised an hour.
I was going to say, I think it's a supervised.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's just, to me, how do you not work with? If you do think your daughter is something's going on, how do you not work with her to make it okay, make it better, make it good? I mean, I don't care how old my kids are. I'm always going to try to fix their boo-boos, And
that's what most of us do as parents. I would want to.
Yeah.
I mean, I personally would be like, I'm going to try to help my baby.
Right. And I'm one that believes in that child chose that particular person to be their parent, too. Good, bad, or indifferent.
Agree. I agree on that, too. I do agree.
Yeah. So, with that being said, I'll shut up now.
No, you're fine. Hello, Krusty Draws. But no, I agree with that. I totally do agree with you on that. but I think that it's complex in a lot of ways. I'm like, Jesus.
Yeah.
And it is.
And Sassy, if you want to hit me up on IG, I can send you some stuff on that other stuff. I just kind of I wasn't trying to veer off into all the other stuff, because right now let's deal with the kids that are here in the present too, and make sure nothing ends up happening to them, you know.
Yeah, I'm about the kids. That was the one thing I was like, I'm about the kids.
Right.
There's certain things that I didn't agree to when it came to mine, and
that video, y'all, that we were watching just now, I put that up in the link earlier. That is the channel is called Dark Outpost. His name is, I'm sorry, yeah, he named this one Dark Outpost, but it's David Zublick channel, Zublick. Let me see if I can get the link on that again, and I'll share it one more time before we pop off.
I'm glad you said that, because I need to add that.
Yeah, I can send it to you too, so it's easy for you to just pin it.
I need to add that to that, and I know that JLB.
In case y'all don't want to wait, and you can go ahead and watch it, and that way we can all have a random, our own like little group of like put our heads together. I don't want to say opinions, like, or what, maybe you catch something we didn't catch.
But I'm gonna dive a little bit into the Vero Beach area. I mean, that's what I feel like I need to do.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Vero Beach is a beautiful place. I visited there, down all through there in Miko and the Sebastian Inlet, and it's gorgeous. It's money. It's big money area, a lot of boats in and out. So it's almost eerie too,
Yeah, I'm just like, damn.
Yeah, we were in Florida about 10 years ago in a Burlington co-factory, and I was with my mom, and I had a gentleman. I thought he was security. He's following me around Burlington co-factory, and I'm buying like 20 pairs of shoes there. For real. And I was like, Ma, where are you at? I yelled real loud because he was making me nervous. Finally, I turned and looked at him. I go, are you security? And he's like, no. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, well, why are you up on me in the women's shoe aisle? And it spooked him because I think because I was aggressive, and I had spoke up like, where's my ma? Like, hey, ma, to let him know. But I was only like 100 pounds at the time too. So I was a little bit nervous, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But Florida, there's ports all out of there, to different Mexico or wherever, I don't know where I only get on the I don't know all the different islands out that way, but yeah, the borders aren't too far off.
Yeah, I am going to keep going on this.
Right.
And then I'm going to make sure I link
I think I put it there twice, meaning to put the other one in. But
I'm linking them just so, and I'm also going to make sure that I make certain that I have the other. What's the other person?
Well, there was that other one too. I watched.
JL. What's his name? JL.
Yeah, I watched that one too. I really
Johnathan Lee Riches.
Yeah, and I really like Dark Outpost too.
He's good.
The other one was Sacred Valley podcast.
Sacred Valley.
Sacred Valley. I'll put that one in there again too. Hold on. Copy. And this is another one if anyone wants to get. I mean, she does not change. Like a liar usually adds something to the story, or it gets more intense as you go. Megan don't change her any of it.
Yeah, I've yet to see that her story change, and that's where I'm trying to catch up.
Right, it
I'm
ain't.
trying to catch it up. Like if I catch her, that that's going to make me go But I've yet to catch her
It's almost like she
saying something that's not of a factual thing.
It's
So
almost like you're watching her have a revelation that, oh my God, I can't believe my parents would do this to me. But oh my God, yeah, this stuff that like this, how she explains growing up, that wasn't normal for for us. You know what I mean? And she knows that now. So it's almost like you're watching her have that revelation too, when you go through all these interviews.
So I've saved that, and hopefully that way no one's gonna smack me around or anything for this. But
Yeah, see, and then again, she claims that I believe I don't remember which child, or maybe one or two of them were with a friend, and it was a mutual agreement or something to that effect. Don't quote me on that. So I don't know. The last baby daddy, she's with him still, I believe.
yes, because I think his last name is actually Jackson.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken, that was his last name.
And
It was
am I
Jackson.
wrong? But ain't one of her babies biracial?
I do believe that is the last child.
Before the baby.
No, the baby actually,
Okay.
because the interview that I was listening to between the parents, and that was her as well as him together, and it was to do with that particular 5-day-old baby.
Oh, okay. No. If you look on Megan's Facebook page, there's
I haven't deep dived.
I'm not gonna dox her children, but there's a family photo, and yeah,
I haven't looked at photos.
that's why I know for a fact the one. Okay, baby number 2.
I need to look at the family photos. I was more interested in trying to get
very beautiful family. Her kids are so adorably dressed.
They are dolls.
And just they look so well taken care of. Like, and that, her parents could have been involved at that time. I'm not trying to, but there's too many weird things that are behind this whole ordeal for me.
Yeah, I don't think that any of us are perfect. And sometimes you're right. Not everyone is who they portray themselves as. And that's where I'm standing.
Well, when you grow up with trauma too, like, you do have like a sixth sense for it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I do have PTSD from trauma, so I pick up on that shit real quick.
Mm-hmm.
And I pick and choose my battles, and that's why I was like, "Ooh, do I want to bring this to my channel? That's my business." So me. Well,
look, you did it to me.
I don't bring none of this shit to my business. But anyway, and I haven't even been really working, so that's not the way I want to come back either. Anyhow, I would love to do a shuckathon, and if we find that there's no just reason, I would love to help her. If she can find a lawyer to battle for her, you know what I mean? And she's in the right, I would love to help her. All proceeds go to her, you know what I mean?
Yes, she does have a change.org.
Right, I'll donate it all there. Like I've sent my daughter's friend's mother passed away when she was young. Dad raised 4 single on his own, and we fundraised for her and sent her over to do medical mission work in Peru. So I love doing stuff like that, Yeah, we raised like $2,500. I mean, it was a real fast, last minute fundraiser, but we did good. So I know we could help, but I just want to make sure I'm making the right decision too.
Correct. And that's why I say that continuing to
investigate
Research,
a little bit.
research, and research.
Right,
Yes,
right.
yes, and yes. And that's where I'm going to
And
continue
that's
to
why we wanted to
read.
do this here tonight, because we could use all the researchers we can get, you know.
Yes, and that's like I'm going to continue to do it.
Well,
I'm going to continue to research.
real
So
quick, if you guys don't know too, there's another web browser called DuckDuckGo.
yes,
It doesn't scrub things like Google or Safari will. So you can go back and find old stories. That's where I'm going tonight while I relax.
and it's a good browser too, by the way.
Yeah.
Just let you know, it doesn't
Totally erases your history. So don't lose your page. Don't click out of it if you're not ready to leave, or don't have it written down.
I agree.
Yeah.
I'm part of that one. I do like DuckDuckGo. And if you haven't tried it at least once, please.
I don't ever want to think of anybody as the bad guy. I'm telling you, I got that radar up, but I always still seem to trust people. But somewhere, somehow, that's got to change within me. You know, like where I am a better judge of that. And now that I am 54, I am a better judge of it. But I'm saying back in the day, I let every wolf in sheep's clothing come around. You know what I mean? Because I'm a very loving, giving, I want everybody to get along kind of person type of, you know, like I don't want no more crazy battles in my life.
I don't think any of us do.
Right.
I wouldn't want to bring like parents on here that have lost loved ones with a bunch of drama going around or going on.
That one's a tough one for me because, again, I've been in a situation where the girlfriend wasn't about the family, and we're all about family. You know what I mean? And it turned out great for you know, like I guess my heart and my worries, but you know, yeah, I would never want to be in that position where my son got married and that woman told me I couldn't go visit my child.
Oh gosh, yeah, that would not be for me. Yeah, that's
that
sad.
ain't flying, and I'm sorry. Again, it's about the children with me. Like, you know, I agree with who was it earlier saying that anybody that even harms a child or is, you know, brings evil onto a child, they don't deserve to breathe. They don't deserve to breathe the same air as we do.
I think that was Crazy Cat Mama.
Yeah. I mean, and we don't have the DP in Michigan, you know, and so, but for that, I would welcome it back.
I totally agree.
We've had some horrific child abuse cases, notorious ones here in Michigan. I'm sure everyone's got probably a story in their state, but yeah,
I think every state, every country is dealing with
right. But there's
issues like that.
Yeah, there's been more than our share here.
So remember, y'all, everything that we said here tonight, it was alleged.
Yeah.
Except for what facts that the lady that was on with them, that is her work. I mean, she did her work.
That's all good. That's all stuff that you guys can go and find the same facts. You can fact check her. It's all there. And she tells you that. So go watch the video if you like yourselves, because she does reiterate it that it's all stuff that can be found.
I mean, to me, she was fact checking.
Yeah,
she was coming with facts. The lady came with facts. I fact checked her myself. That's what I was kind of doing there, and I was like, damn.
For the comment of Sassy saying that again, to just touch on that one more time, you got to look up another thing called Project Mockingbird, and it'll make you'll understand a little bit more why I don't trust everything I see on TV either. Like the persona. You know how when you watch the soap opera, you always thought, is he like that in real life? You know, it's like Sonny Corinthos on General Hospital, or, you know, like, and they end up having nervous breakdowns because they sometimes can't come out of character.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
If you
Now,
check into that, a lot of the soap stars and stuff, they've had issues where, yeah.
I don't know how many of you all are going to be up, because you know what, when they close out and come back and
Go ahead if you want. Yeah, close out and come back.
we
That way
might
we're
come
not.
on back and do a funny something.
Yeah,
It doesn't
we're not.
matter if y'all want to. Doesn't, I don't know if you want to. We may give it a minute. Let you all make that decision. I'm sure there's other people on. I don't know yet, but
someone else can come up on panel too. But yeah, it was that way we don't mess this one up and.
Yeah, I don't want to. Yeah,
unnecessary.
So we're not done. I recommend that others do research as we do research, and DuckDuckGo. They don't erase anything, really. They don't.
All right.
So if you're familiar with it, maybe think about it.
Yeah, if it tugs at your heartstrings, you know, and you're like us, and you just want to get to the bottom of what's gonna be for these babies in their future, then yeah.
Because this is not for clicks and views. This is totally for.
No.
I want to know if we can help kids, and if we can, and they need to be helped,
especially because he is so powerful right now. Still, you know what I mean?
Yes, ma'am.
And if that's the case, even if she is innocent, she's got a uphill battle.
Cool beans, Mayor. Cool beans.
All right.
Okay. Well, I love y'all. Thanks for coming and sharing all of your knowledge, because I wished I would have listened to you in January. I just didn't really think that this was all of this, and it is. So if you liked it, hit that thumbs up button, and if you didn't, you can hit the thumbs down. And if you want to later on support the channel, there's a thanks afterwards button. If you want to do that, you're more than welcome. If you want to join the channel, more than welcome to do that too. But if you all want to come back, we will come back. Just let me know, because I'm up for a few more hours. But please do what Mayor has been throwing up there. Please research some of this stuff yourself. I mean, she's thrown up things on there that makes sense. Research to make your own decisions, please. That's something that I recommend strongly when it comes to that. You know, research that. Research. Because that does make a lot more sense than anything that could ever, as you're doing that right there. So hopefully we've touched on a little bit of this. We might not have got all of it in. We got most of it in. I don't know why it's not letting me put that last bit on there, but that's going to aggravate me if it doesn't. And for some reason it's not. Let me see. There we go. It's not letting me put mayors up there. That's weird. I don't know why it's doing that. It's not even showing hers. That make me mad, but it got yours, Sassy. That's weird. I don't know what StreamYard's doing. That was weird. But yes, I will read what Mayor had said. And it was, please leave a comment or your thoughts after the stream. Thanks for listening. And have a great day, evening. Don't forget not to let the internet hurt your feelings. And good night all. Did I get all that? And I got And yours showed up. Got it. Whew. And thank you again, Margene. So with that, we're going to close out and appreciate you all, the ones that were here, for being here. And if y'all want to come back, just DM me and let me know. Love y'all until tomorrow.